That was a pretty cool opening, eh, Scott?
Yep.
There was no one sitting here. It's different to our usual top fives.
Yep.
It makes me think we should do a top 5 best opening scenes in movies.
We probably should have done a better opening.
Okay.
Zombieland. It's a great intro. It's all in slow motion and it's violent as Metallica, For Whom the Bell Tolls, playing underneath, so it's real like dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Yeah, I think it's a really smart way to like do a zombie movie intro, because zombies move slowly, but you can never seem to get away from them, and that's kind of how the slow motion intro goes. The violence is coming, and there's nothing these people can do to stop it, and then it just comes and they get slaughtered.
And they're real creative with the text, like the characters interacting. I think there's like a broken glass moment.
Super violent and great.
But yeah, like totally captures the feel of the movie going into it.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 5, a classic. Just gonna chuck it in because you have to have it. Saving Private Ryan. So the film actually starts with an old man visiting a graveyard of his family, and then we transition to Tom Hanks in D-Day. There's been violent war films since then, like Hacksaw Ridge, but it's still pretty fucked up, like pretty accurate to what it must have been like. It's horrible to watch. It's not a fun action film. It's not a movie, and it just really pulls you into what it would have been like to be in that situation. Not fully, I know, it's movies. You're still sitting comfortably in your chair, but for an opening to a film, that just makes you sympathise with the characters and know exactly what they're in straight off the bat.
Don't go into the water at night by yourself, because you might get eaten. It's Jaws. Yeah, that scene alone made everyone afraid of sharks instantly.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, coupled with the music and just the tension building. And then just the horrific death, and then just she died and no one knew, like she just goes under. And
it just goes still. It's the most iconic scene in the film.
Yeah, well, it's the poster everywhere. It's the girl in the water and the shark coming up from underneath.
Yeah, that's...
I guess the rest of the movie is just an elongated version of that scene,
Pretty
really.
much. On my list is a little anime film called Akira. This movie starts with like a nice shot of Tokyo City, just normal day in the city, and then it just is engulfed by this gigantic explosion. And then you cut to some subtitles saying it's now 30 years since World War III. And that's like already like, okay, they've set the scene, like what on earth happened there? The scene after that, kind of the big intro of the movie, it sort of sets up the world real well. It like introduces these characters and it quickly sets up the lead characters in theory, already complex. Yeah. And then you get this really awesome bike chase sequence between two opposite gangs, and there's this really awesome score playing, which is this kind of almost tribal mixed with techno, with chanting style music. It's really exciting. I feel like even if you're not a fan of animation or anime, you just have to watch this movie after watching the intro.
How do you like that?
I chose Cabin in the Woods. The start of that movie is just two characters bumbling about work. It's pretty innocuous and boring, and then they're just driving along, and suddenly the title's just like, BAM! Cabin in the Woods.
It's like, when I first watched it, I was like, did I put the right disc in?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, is this the right movie? I thought, yeah, and then the title hits you, and it's like, whoa, what the hell? And then
when you rewatch it, you completely understand what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's a short, sharp intro, and I like it because it's short.
Are you even listening to me?
My number 3, I'm going for a classic Disney opening, but it's not the one you're thinking of. Lion King's great, and I was going to pick this, but I'm actually going for Hunchback of Notre Dame. Both intros are sort of similar, with a big kind of musical score. Lion King, you have the great Circle of Life, Elton John, but Hunchback, I've always been a fan of musicals, and Hunchback's full on just like this tragic musical, and at the beginning kind of tells you the story of Quasimodo, his relationship with Frollo. Pretty much the whole story is like his mum getting killed by Frollo, and then him about to drown Quasimodo. And then there's this priest guy going, stop, because you'll go to hell. And he's like,
But you never can run from nor hide what you've done from the eyes. The very eyes of Notre Dame.
and it's a Disney film, and you're just like, this movie's frickin' dark. Like, watch it again if you can't remember, but there's some dark shit in this. He sings a song about masturbating. We'll cover that in another top 5. Frickin' mental, and this intro is just, it doesn't feel like a Disney movie. It's just so epic and amazing and dark and horrible. It's just got everything I love in it. And Lion King's great, I do appreciate that, but best intros, best openings, that pulls you in. It's just like, holy fuck, what's going to happen next?
My number 2, great movie, made especially great by the great Michael Giacchino. It's the movie that'll make you cry every time. It's Up. It's fucking sad.
It is very sad.
It's fucking sad. His wife dies. She can't have kids, so he never has any family. And then he just sits alone by himself. They had plans. They never happened. People said they cried at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this will be kind of sad. But it is. It's horrifically sad.
I had no idea going in. Yeah, it just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I admit I sobbed like a little bitch.
It's crazy how quickly they managed to evoke that much attachment and emotion to that character. Like, it's only like 5 minutes, maybe, that whole sequence, and like, you don't even know him. Like, there's no dialogue before that, I don't believe, and it's just like straight into it with just music, and it's
just
like
the art
heartbreaking
art
scene.
of music.
Yeah.
It's like the music just pulls you in.
Really good cinema.
My number 2 is from my favourite film of all time, Once Upon a Time in the West. In the first scene in the movie, we're at a train station and we have 3 gunmen appear, and it's just literally almost maybe 10 minutes long. Just the 3 guys just sitting there waiting for a train to arrive. You can cut the tension with a knife. There's no music. They're just kind of standing there. One guy's having a drink of water, the other's just having a problem with a fly, waiting. And you're just like, what the fuck's happening? Why are they waiting? What's going on? And then finally the train shows up, and the one man, harmonica, is waiting there for them.
Did you bring a horse for me?
Well, looks like we're shy of 1 horse.
You brought 2 too many.
And of course, what happened? It's so cool, and I just like, the first time I watched it, I was just kind of like so tense just on the edge of my seat, waiting just to see what was going to happen. And I think that opening is why I love the movie so much, and why it is still my favourite film of all time.
My favourite intro of all time goes to Lord of War, starring Nicolas Cage.
Oh yes, of course.
If you haven't seen it, it's basically the lifespan of a bullet from the moment it leaves the factory, going down to the conveyor belt, comes out, gets shipped to like Russia or somewhere, then gets sold on to someone else, and sold to someone else, before finally getting shot out of a gun into some kid's head in Africa. It's a really amazing sequence in the way it's put together. So it's got this really appropriate song put in the background, which is For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield, which is essentially like an anti-war song.
Stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
And yeah, the whole movie is about weapons trading and stuff, but it really sets up like the fact that the bullets kind of travel through so many different governments and hands before ending up somewhere where it shouldn't be. Yeah, the whole movie's about like how the public perceives how war happens and stuff, and it's great.
Awesome.
Check it out if you haven't seen it.
And my number 1 is from Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. If you don't remember, the film starts with some nice panoramic shots of New Zealand, showing the mountains, and you start to hear echoes of lines from Fellowship of the Ring. You cannot pass. Just like that. And then you zoom in into the cave, and it's a flashback of the climactic fight between Gandalf and the Balrog.
You shall not pass!
We know what happened. Gandalf falls to his death, and Frodo's dragged away with Aragorn, and it's very sad. So you just assume you're getting the same montage. When Gandalf falls, Frodo screams, and then the camera follows Gandalf. What's this? Gandalf didn't die straight away. It's still going. It's incredible. The music picks up. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god.
Gandalf grabs onto his sword, and he's right after the Balrog starts stabbing the bitch. And they're fighting. Because the way the scene's done originally, the music's so somber and sad, you assume Gandalf's dead. But just this opening's like, fuck no, Gandalf ain't dead, bitch. There's still more to come. And after the intro, everybody's thinking, well, Gandalf's not dead then. He's still fighting the Balrog, so yeah. Good intro for the movie, because we know he was coming back later in the film.
Yeah, that was mean. I remember watching that in the cinema. And it's just like, you haven't seen anything like that in a film
No,
before.
it's such a perfect setup for the movie, and it's just by far the best opening to a movie in my opinion. Thanks guys for Thanks, guys, for watching our top 5 best opening scenes in movies. Hope you agreed with our list. If not, let us know what you think in the comments.
Complain.
Please complain. We'd like to see that. Please. Just like us. We get too many likes. And yeah, we want to hear what your best openings are, which ones we missed out, and tell us if you like Scott's shirt. Do you know there's a story behind it? Tell them.
Scotto. Scotto.
Alone in the world is a little Scotto.
And then I got this shirt. This is Cat Dogs. It's the Cat Dogs theme I was singing.